Welcome, friends and fellow adventurers, to the Sunstarved Shrine, a Dungeon Dwellers RPG adventure written by Joseph Wolf, presented by Reaper, Miniatures, and Mirrorscape. This live stream will be a little different, as we will be showcasing the amazing capabilities of Mirrorscape utilizing AR on the iPads in front of our players here. My name is Alex Reed. I've been DMing for 5 years now and host a podcast called Cocked, a Real Play RPG podcast. I had the honor of being asked to run this game here at ReaperCon and could not refuse a chance to show the world such an amazing and underrated tool for DMs and players alike. It is my pleasure to guide these players as they traverse and explore the underground labyrinth of the serpent god, the Kisk. Now, let's go around the table and introduce our players and the characters that they will be portraying.
Well, I'm Paxton. I've been working with Reaper on and off for the past 7 years. And my character I am playing today is going to be an elf wizard by the name of Thalby. And we'll see how that goes on Mirrorscape. I don't even know what personality I'm going to play yet.
Oh, okay, good. I'm Crystal, and this is my character. I am playing a dwarven cleric named Ava.
Hello everyone, I'm Aaron. I am along for the ride. I'm currently dressed as Minsk. My human fighter, I don't see a name on this character, so I think we're going to go
Make it up.
Skarsgård.
Skarsgård. I like it.
Skarsgård, the human fighter, is ready to go.
All right. Now that we've met our players, just a little background for the adventure. Our fearless party has heard rumors that there have been an increase in visitors and ritualistic type activity at the site of an ancient temple dedicated to the reptilian demigod, the Kisk. Upon investigating the rumors, the party has stumbled upon a hidden staircase in some of the shattered ruins. The cult of the Kisk was a rather mysterious and violent cult. It is said that the original high priest succumbed to a madness inflicted by some sort of reptilian poison. Some claim the cult just died out, while other popular rumors include that the cult was killed by a rival sect of assassins. However the cult came to pass, one thing is for certain. If the rumors are true, there's a good chance that there's untold riches just waiting to be plundered beneath. Your party has made the way down the secret staircase. You guys should all now see the map on your iPads. You have come down these stairs and you find yourself in what looks like a pre-built room of crumbling and decaying bricks.
Well,
Go ahead, you guys can get familiar, use the eye to kind of move around, and then let me know which direction you guys would like to go, and we can go from there.
So the features, so we can see that this door over here, that's ajar? Is that...
The door, there is a door ajar. There's a door that is closed, and there's another pathway that looks like it leads down into a puddle. Yep, correct.
All right, well, Skarsgård is fearless and armed and ready to go. So I think I want to go check out that slightly ajar door.
Okay, the doors to the east, there are doors that are slightly ajar. And as you look through, the doorway is at roughly knee-high. There's a chalk line. We don't have a halfling, correct?
There's no halfling.
Okay.
I'm an adult.
Do any of you know halfling as a language? Do you have it on your sheet?
I think he just speaks common.
Okay.
just common and elven.
So there is some scribble on the wall and what looks like a chalk line drawn.
Okay, I'll check it out, but I don't understand or recognize any of the message.
Correct.
Can I just try to cross-translate with other languages I may know? Say I know no.
You can try, and I'll say go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Halfling and gnome are linguistically similar.
I don't know.
That canon.
No, spitball in this.
And don't forget to add +1 to your checks as well,
You're the wizard, right?
to whatever it says on your sheet.
Oops, that's pseudos. I meant to. Ignore that first roll. I'm going to try the roll dice.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Okay.
with that +1 additional, that's going to be a 18.
18? Okay, so you are able to piece together most of the letters. So the first letter, or the first word is 6 letters. You have B, then a blank, and then W-A-R-E. And then the second word is 4 letters, and you can make out a T in the beginning and a P at the end. The rest, you're not sure.
No, we'll never know what that can say.
Well, I'm going to, first of all, beware.
Ah.
Beware. Beware what? Beware trap?
Am I able to do like a listening check to see if I can hear something? If I can just see if I can hear something that I've been
Sure. Yes. We'll do wisdom because that'd be more like perception. So. Okay, so as you listen closely, you don't hear anything on the other side. Is anybody getting closer to the door?
I'm pretty much right on it.
Okay. As what was your character's name again? So I make sure.
Skarsgård.
Skarsgård. As Skarsgård gets closer to the door, you do hear a click.
Oh, I think there may be a trap. I can hear it.
Well, how could we have ever guessed?
So
Might have said trap. I don't know. I get.
so make a. Are you going to help pull him back?
Yes.
Okay, so make a dexterity check with advantage,
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna get a d20.
or make a saving throw.
A saving throw.
Yep.
Okay. So I got a +2 on that. I'm gonna drag.
And then you actually get. Was that with the +1, like we talked about, because you leveled up?
Oh,
Because
no,
everything
+3
everything is
total.
1 up.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
Perfect.
Good question. I have selected 4 d20s. So let me get out of here. Hold on.
Yeah, just roll it to get rid of it,
Okay.
and then you can roll another one.
I'm not, because I'm only 5 now, so. Skarsgård is a little technically challenged. One of these is a saving throw. I rolled a 49.
I think you saved.
All right, hold on. Let's do this for real. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's not good.
A 3.
That's a total of 6.
So you.
Oh, I'm at advantage, right? Never.
Yes, you do have advantage, so you get to roll a
I
second
actually
one.
do have to roll more than 1 die.
Yes.
All right, now it's a total of 15.
So at first, as you start to take a step back, you begin to stumble. But what was your character's name again?
Ava.
Ava steadies you and pulls you back, and you guys each move back 1 square, but you avoid as 2 spears come out about ankle height and shoot across right where the chalk line was, and then go back into the wall.
You know, for halfling, that was neck height, so that's really bad for them.
Absolutely.
No wonder they wrote it.
Yeah, I mean, with their last breath as they're bleeding out, yeah.
That was a close goal. Close goal.
Would you be able to jump that to get to the door?
We'll find out.
So,
Skarsgård, he's going to
yes,
crack his knuckles.
because the door is cracked ajar, you guys would be able to kind of hop and just kind of put a shoulder into it and push it open the other way.
All right, I'm ready. Follow behind me.
Definitely behind.
As,
All right.
I'm really worried about you because you're pretty small, right? You're a dwarf.
I'm sturdy though.
Can you jump? That's the question.
We'll see.
All right, well, how about I jump and then I'll hold you and pick you up and carry you over.
I can jump.
You saved my life, so I'm going to return the favor. All right, I'm going to attempt to jump.
Okay,
over the-
it'll be an athletics check,
Sure. And it's a not an advantage.
which should be
normal?
strength.
Okay. Is it a save or just the ability?
Just ability check.
Do I get the additional +1
Yes,
on that?
everything gets a +1
So I'm
for.
at a +5 for this. That's a total of 13 plus 5 is a 18.
So you make it. You clear where the trap had gone off, and as your shoulder hits the door, you guys hear as the door, and it creaks open, and
Ah,
you unveil the next room.
Should I put my figure in the next room?
Yes, you can put your figure on the other side of the doorway.
Exactly. Let me just kind of get situated. Yeah, I think we've done a little too high.
Or are you on top of the doorway?
I'm just hanging back to see what's beyond the door before I even make that attempt.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So,
Hopefully nothing's coming from behind because you're alone right now.
Go ahead and make a, let's do a perception check with you standing there while everything else is going.
I don't have a dice at the moment.
Oh, that's true. Here, you can use that dice.
Hey.
So, perception at the moment? Wait. 6. So it's just gonna be a 7 total.
Okay, so as you begin to peer through, only one door opens as they go through, so you can only see like a very limited vision in it. But you do notice there's a strange yellow-like fungus in the back corner of the room as the door opens, and as it kind of comes back, kind of bouncing off the wall, it kind of blocks your view, and your two party members are standing in the way. But they did successfully clear that trap, and they're standing in the other room.
Okay, so no other traps on the other side at least. I will make my own attempt to hop over that.
Join the fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm checking out those fungus.
You want an athletics check, I'm assuming? So?
So what?
Want an athletics? I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What'd you
Just rolled a 1.
Would you? Okay.
Uh-oh.
So you guys hear a click, and as you turn and look behind you, you see that the wizard in your party has gone to jump, tripped, landed on the trap, and as the spears go across, they catch him just above, just kind of on his back as it goes over, all right, because you're laying face down. And then as the spears come back, they kind of catch you again, and you take 2 points of damage. You avoided anything like major by falling and laying flat, but
What about anything on my backpack? Rucksack? Did I lose anything?
no, we're gonna say it
Okay.
it went through. You have a hole in your backpack now, but you didn't lose anything.
I crawl forward, straight to the doorway.
How elegant of you, wizard.
That was exactly what I meant. I had to try.
You had to get closer to the fungus. Would you mind investigating this?
Well, let me get my character there first. And what is this yellow fungus? Do we have light in the room as well?
There's a very dim light in here. So you guys do see there's a couple torches on the wall, and they do dimly lit the area. You do feel like maybe that does give you the idea that there's been activity throughout here, like you've heard, but it's not like you don't see a heavy foot pattern or heavy foot traffic, right?
Then just to check that this fungus is not deadly. Not getting close to touch
Right,
either.
right. You're just investigating.
Okay.
Yeah. Talk right into it.
And so 19 intelligence on that?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a 24.
Okay, so you recognize this. This is a fungus that is used on enemies, and people would dip like their arrows in. It does cause an effect for roughly an hour of some type of disadvantage. You're not sure exactly what it was because you haven't quite studied this fungus, but you do know it's not good and you should not eat it or get hit with anything that's dipped in it.
Then, while looking at you guys, I'm like, do you want to prepare any weapons? I take my dagger out and just
Sure.
run it through the fungus.
I'll take your word for it, wizard.
So I'm coating my dagger as carefully as I can
Okay,
and just gently see if we can.
all right.
I just hope you're better at fungus identification than you are at jumping.
Well, I know this fungus. I've read of it. I'm not willing to collect any samples.
We're going. Then I'll go on your word. Yeah, I'll dip my sword. My
Okay.
broadsword.
Okay, so you all dip You all dip your weapons in the fungus. So just so you know, if you hit with that, the fungus actually causes a -2 to strength and dexterity scores for whoever you hit for the next hour, and they have no dash actions. So now that you guys have investigated the fungus, as you begin to peer around the room, you see the doors that you came in, and then a hallway that extends further east. As you look down that hallway, you can see there's stairs that lead down, and what looks like a door on the left, and then the hallway turns to your right, and it disappears into darkness from there.
All right, how about I'll take the charge.
Yes, I can bring you back.
If I find any more halfling traps, I'll expect your help.
And do you mind carrying me instead of carrying her this time around?
Just get on my back.
Okay.
If I have to carry this party, literally, I will. So yeah, I'll stand up at the foot of the stairs and I'll begin descending once the party is in position. And I'm just going to go slow, and there's dim torchlight.
Yes, there's dim torchlight. You can see a little, pretty much about 5 to 10 feet in front of you is the clear. And then from there beyond, that's where you get your kind of grays and blacks. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay. And if you're holding the flame, then you can see within 20 feet around you.
Cool.
So you light up quite a bit of the area.
Living nightlight.
Before that happens, as you're walking down the stairs, before she casts Sacred Flame, you do see there is a dim glow coming from behind the door as you're walking down the stairs, but it is darkness to your right.
Sure, what color is this glow? Is it just like a normal light?
It's like an orangish glow, orangish reddish.
Can you use maybe like a torch or like a flame or something like that? Okay.
Could be.
All right, I'm going under that assumption.
Okay.
I'm going to try to sneakily move down, kind of stick near the wall here.
Okay.
Move my guy.
Along the outside?
Yeah. Kind of go down the stairs.
And I'll stay at the head of the stairs until you're at the door.
Sure.
So I'm going to unveil the next part of the map, because as you get to the base of the stairs, you can see in a room to your right, which was where the darkness was as you walk down, you're able to see a little bit into that room. You see a couple different cells, and then there's a wall that kind of blocks your view from further in.
All right, so it's like a jail, it seems like.
That's what.
Okay, I'm gonna go slowly. I'm gonna like turn to my eyes, and I'm just gonna tell them I'm going in there. And I'm gonna head into the cell to investigate.
Okay.
I'll kind of go from like just the head. Do I hear anything?
You don't hear or see anything. Not yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I feel very brave. Do I see the skeleton over here? Over on the side?
That's just that's a body on the ground.
Oh yeah, that's normal.
So yeah, you would see it's in a jail cell. It looks like it's kind of a deteriorated figure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go in. I just want to like poke my head in and look at the cells and see what I can see.
As you get to the middle of the room, you hear what sounds like clicking and clattering around you.
Uh-oh.
The skeleton that you saw comes to life,
Oh.
as do 2 others in front of you.
Oh no.
And let's go ahead. We'll roll for initiative here and get an initiative order.
There's an initiative with D20.
Yes, D20. And I'm going to run them all together. I'm not going to roll different ones.
There you go.
Well, I thought I rolled the worst, so it was.
Our dexterity to it as well?
Yes, you add your dexterity modifier
That's,
to it.
14.
So 8.
All right. So let's do. So you rolled a 14. You rolled an 8. Is that what I understand? 14 and 8.
Yes.
Okay. So Skarsgård is going to go first. Then we've got, what's the wizard's name again?
Fallen.
Thalin.
Whoops. I accidentally rolled again.
Thalin. And then Eva. Okay. I just want to make sure I said it correctly. Okay. So Now with that, Skarsgård, you are first in the order. You can see 3 skeletons. There's one directly in front of you. There's one in the cell behind you that you passed. And as you look just off to your right, you can see another one in front of you of your path, but off to the right in one of the cells. They've not come out of the doors yet. They're still in the cells, but they have just kind of manifested.
Okay. So in this case, I kind of trust the Ava to deal with this thing behind us. But I'm kind of worried about us getting, like, bum rushed. So I may actually, I'll back up. Am I able, so I'd have to open the cell door to deal with the skeleton, or is the...
So I'm going to give that, I'm not going to make that be an action. That's just, the doors are open. So you're essentially just moving something that's already open. You're not unlocking it, right?
Okay.
So you can move those out of the way.
And I'm gonna engage this skeleton here.
Okay.
I'm sort of floating right now, but...
you can just put yourself 1 square back,
Sure.
but we'll say you've got him pinned in. He can't come out without pushing or going through you type of thing.
Sure.
So go ahead and make an attack roll on him.
Okay. Nice. Very, very nice. Alright, rolling a d20. And I'm attacking with my broadsword, which has the fungus. I'm not sure if that's going to help at all. So it's a 7 plus 6. Or plus 1 for that, so plus 7. So that's 14.
Okay, 14 hits.
Okay. And then I'm using this in one hand because I have my shield in the other.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll a d8. And this is... It's a 3 plus 5 slashing damage.
So as you swing through, and you have your shield kind of back, and you swing through it forward, you actually connect at like the clavicle, and you come across, and you see as the top half of the bones just fall away, and then the bottom half follows. So now you have now cleaved that skeleton. There are only 2 left, and now this is the fun part. If you're watching the skeleton, you killed him. He poofed. He poofed. So you are, so Skarsgård is in front of the door, and next we have Thalin.
Well, I don't have any line of sight of skeletons.
Yeah.
How many are ahead of you?
2.
Is there anything I can do?
I didn't mean to block. I was trying to make sure we don't get killed.
Yeah, you can walk around.
And then get killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you have any backup.
With this view, we're gonna just go for it. I'm gonna walk through the side of you.
Hey.
Does that give you? Wait. There we go.
Okay, so where you're standing now, can you see the skeletons on the map?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, there's one right in front of you, and then one, as you move that far, you no longer have line of sight to the one on the right side, because the cells go along there and you're along that wall, but you can see the one behind the bars right there.
And while he's stuck there, stuck in a cage, I'm gonna firebolt him.
Okay. I'm going to say roll how you normally would. Don't add the +1 to your attack roll because of the bars. We'll say that's -1 for the attack.
For a minor bit of cover.
Yeah.
Here we go then. So we're gonna do 16.
Hey.
16 hits. So roll your damage.
There we go. We're gonna do 3 damage for firebolt.
3 damage. Okay. He does not poof. But you do see as he drops the shield that he was holding. So you did essentially knock down his armor class. He dropped it. You did hit him. You did do some damage. But after that, the skeletons go. Unless you have any movement or you want to go back.
Get behind me.
I'll give it to you the first couple of times we have combat, but after that, you're going to have to remember it.
It's movement rate at the top.
Yeah, it's I think
12 probably.
Oh, 12, yeah.
yeah. So
Get behind me, wizard.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm definitely coming back.
I think you moved
Okay.
like 7 squares.
Yeah, you have enough to move back behind him. Yeah,
So I shoot off the fireball, run back.
yeah.
Okay,
I would say you're good there.
All right. That's what I'm here to do.
So as that takes place, now let's see. Oh wow, they have 12 movement too. I didn't think they'd have that many.
It's your stumpy little legs. Little dwarf legs.
So while he has a shield, he does not in real life now. You guys have knocked the shield out of his hand, but he is going to rush up to your first character.
Face me in honorable
Let's see here.
combat, skeleton.
Let me do the eye view. There we go.
Ooh, I should have died. Me too.
There we go. And he is going to make an attack with his battle axe. Well, broadsword. I think that's what that guy has. I rolled a 19, so that's going to hit.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not even going to do the math. D8. What's that?
Okay.
6?
That is a 5.
5? Okay. So you take 5 points of damage.
Ooh, that hurts. I have a total of 20, so I'm at 15 right now.
As he swings through with his broadsword and catches you on your left arm.
Aren't you glad that isn't you, Wizard?
Absolutely.
Then
Taking it.
I can take about 3 more of those.
let's see here. Let me take this guy.
That's why I have the shield. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, let me get see if I can get line of sight with this guy. Move him over here. Oh, well, now he's on top of the jail cell. Move him right there. Just climbing over stuff. Okay, I'm going to give him disadvantage because there is another skeleton in his way. So 11 plus 2, 13. Does 13 hit?
I have a defense of 17 if I shoot.
Okay, so as you get struck by the other one, you see another skeleton step out from the cell and take a shot, and as you're kind of moving in pain, it goes past you. It whizzes right past your head, hits the too short, can't get hit. So it hits and it impales into the wall behind you in one of the little nooks of the bricks. And then Eva, you are up. Okay. Yep. All right. Swing away. Is it 3 on the sheet or? Okay, so remember that's 4, right? Because we bumped it up 1 because of the level. So 13 meets it, beats it.
Yeah. No shield, hey. That helped.
Okay. Swing away with 2 hands.
The D12.
Okay. You get the satisfaction of poof, and he's gone.
Cool.
So now there is 1 skeleton remaining, and we're back to the top of the order to Skarsgård.
All right, well, the one that was accosting me is now a bunch of bone ash, bone
Yep.
dust. So I'm going to move up, be side to side with my dwarf companion. Excuse me. And I'm going to slash.
All right, swing away.
I'm also sort of on top for now, but that's just how I feel, right? I feel like I'm on top of it. There.
You want to get like close up.
Yeah, just really, really in person. Okay, I'm going to slash him with my sword.
Okay.
20. Hey, that's
You
17 on the die.
Definitely hit.
Okay, and then I'm wielding it with one hand, so it's a D8.
Okay.
And this is slashing 6 plus 6, or 6 plus 5 rather, is 11.
Poof. He's
Yeah.
gone too. You've now reduced all 3 of the skeletons in that room into a pile of
I
dust.
want to give the dwarf a high 5, or a low 5 rather.
Thanks for my one-time attempt. Well, congrats to y'all. But looking around, is there any signs of unholy activity beyond just the undead?
Looking around, you don't see anything else really in the room. You do notice there are some things in the different cells that look like maybe there's a rusty battle axe. If you go to pick it up, it just kind of crumbles. You can see the metal. The metal has been eaten away at, and it's rusted.
How old does this dungeon or catacomb look?
It seems like it's pretty old. Make a history check, which should be, let me double check. It'll be intelligence for you.
Okay. Then that's going to be a 15.
15? Okay. As you begin to look around, you do notice there's some newer carvings on the wall, but as you go to look further and further back, you do see some that seem like shallow and weathered away, and they all still go towards the Kisk. They seem like they're all mentioning things about the demigod and that stuff, so you feel like there's probably a resurgence compared to the original markings. So there may be further foes as you continue on.
Fresh snake activity, wizard.
Exactly. Caution, every door, every trap.
Speaking of doors,
Oh no.
Oh, well.
Hang on.
There's an earthquake or something.
Undo. There we go.
Hey.
That was me.
Hey, look.
Yes, you can move up to the door and listen. Go ahead and make a perception check, which should be wisdom. So as you lean against the door and you listen, you really, what you hear the most of is what sounds like running water.
Potentially the lower levels have been flooded.
I also saw a glowing flame earlier that we didn't investigate in the other one.
You did?
I was too enamored by prisons and skeletons. It's my special interest. Speaking of fighting, could you heal me? I got stabbed earlier.
Well, it was the door back there, right?
Yes, it was literally the one right before we got distracted by skeletons.
While you're patching them up, I'll go look at that other door.
someone give you a pat on the back?
Right on the wound?
Right?
On the battle axe? Okay.
Let's do, if it doesn't say it on
It just
there,
means that Cure Wounds is always prepared, so I think we just cast Cure Wounds.
let's do, roll a, yeah, you know what, every time you use it, just roll a d8. That'll be how much they get back. We'll do that.
You know what? I'll take 30.
And
Puts me at 18.
Fallon was investigating the door, correct?
Yes, the one that's
Okay.
on light.
How do you want to investigate it?
Not immediately opening.
Okay.
Gonna listen and see what, like, if I can interpret the light itself as well.
Okay.
That's his own
Roll, let's see here. Roll a wisdom check.
That is gonna be 13.
It's not immediately obvious to you. You have the idea that it could be a flame or some type of flame based on the coloration of it. And as you kind of sit there and they're all healing and everything, as they finish healing, you start to hear crackling, almost like maybe it's a fire.
Okay. Well, we'll walk gently back over to them. So, you doing better over there?
Better.
Better?
There's still a bit of a cut, but I'll get through it. I've been through worse.
Well, if you need a fire to close any wounds in a quick place, it looks like behind that door there might be fire.
So should we investigate the flame or the water?
Or whoever lit the flame. Do you want to go to the door first?
I mean, you seem like you know what you're doing, wizard.
I'm not the lead, though. When we agreed to this...
When I led,
you
I
go
got
first.
stabbed, so I'm sort of reevaluating
Can I
this.
go with some of the wizard here?
On the wizards to see? Well, didn't we sign a contract saying one of you two always go first?
I'll go first, wizard. If you're so afraid of dying, I'm not afraid of dying.
That's not good.
Don't tell me what to do and what to feel. I don't have therapy. This is my therapy. I'm going to go and return to the fire door.
Okay.
And I'm going to open it.
As you go to push the door open, and it begins, it just falls off the hinges and
Whoops.
falls away to the left.
Why did I break everything I touch?
It was already pretty broken. It was barely hanging on. If you had leaned against it, that would have been like it would have started to go. That's why I was like, how are you investigating it?
Gotcha.
So as it opens, you do see there is a room. It has a kind of a feel that it hasn't been abandoned for long. There's still a fire going. And you do see there's a small lantern with oil burning up on the wall. And then there's burnt parchment in the fire.
Oh. All right, well, paper's your thing, wizard.
Well, I rush over then and start using my staff to scoop out any parchment before it's turned to cinders.
Okay. As you're doing that and you start to push it to the side, roll a perception check. So roll a wisdom here. Oh, you got it. There we go.
So that's going to be a 12.
12? Okay, so you don't immediately notice it, but as you're pushing them to the side, you hear it's almost like a clink. And as you turn and look, you see a pouch in the corner of the room that as you were pushing the ash and sifting through and trying to get stuff out, some of the coals hit and fell. You see a corner of the bag has now begun to burn away. As it happens, you hear the clinking of coins as they begin to fall out.
Well, I'm good. I'm going to keep eating this parchment. One of y'all. We're splitting the loot anyway.
You're the one with a smithy, aren't you? You're the one that saved those coins.
So yeah, I'm gonna use my. I'm gonna try and get the coins.
So they're not in the fire. They're kind of on the side of the room. Yeah, but when he pushed the different embers over there, that's what landed on the bag and started to kind of burn it through, and the coins fell out. So the coins aren't very hot. You can pick them up with your bare hands. You get 4 copper pieces, 7 silver pieces, and a braided ring that's worth about 5 gold pieces.
Oh.
So you guys have found a little bit of loot in the abandoned camp. But there's nothing else in the room of interest.
Well, of this parchments I'm pulling out, are there anything legible left on these? Or is this just been used for fire?
There's not much legible left. Most of it was used for fire, but as you kind of go through, you do notice on the corners, it's kind of ornate and decorated, but you see different serpents and things around the outside. So you have a feeling that this was some of the cult, either burning materials they didn't want to fall into the wrong hands, or they just needed kindling to start the fire, so they used what they had available. You're not really sure which one.
Cult funds, so
Right.
victory for us.
Any other signs?
As you're kind of looking, make an investigation check, which will be intelligence.
Well, on that one, that's a 20.
Okay, a 20. You do find they're not drag marks. You guys have seen these serpents, so you're kind of waiting to see maybe drag marks. You don't see that. These are footprints, but they are walking in the direction towards the cells, and you would be able to follow them with a, I don't want to say animal handling. It is a track check, but probably more nature, which is still intelligence. Yeah, survival or nature, whichever one's better.
So I spotted them. They definitely are here, and they were definitely going the route we were. So whatever that running water is, it's not a flooded basement. Who's better at following the scent?
Think you can handle this?
By which I mean I have literal guidance that I would test for myself.
I like it. So, whichever one's higher, wisdom or intelligence, that's what you'll use. Okay. I had a feeling,
When you're
but
guiding yourself, is that an additional D4 to this?
yes.
Oh,
Oh no.
a natural. We'll roll that D4 anyway. Oh.
So your dwarf begins to look at the marks and looks back at the wizard and is very confused because she can't figure out what you're talking about.
You sure this
This
tracks
is
here?
why I didn't join a faith. Do it myself now. So I'm gonna try to follow these.
Okay.
Best I can.
Do you want to do investigation or survival?
Investigation.
Intelligence then.
Do you want guidance?
I think I got this. This is a 21.
Oh.
So your wizard follows, and as you guys are watching, the wizard walks around through all the cells and then stops at the door that you were listening to and where you heard the running water. And there's foot tracks that go around.
That's really sharp. See, it was not my own guidance, but through others, as she predicted.
It's very convenient how religion always has an answer.
Exactly. It worked though. Her logic for this.
I guess it leads us right back here to the door that we were looking at earlier. Whoa.
But that does mean they're there. It's now proved. We know what's going to be beyond.
I think
Yes,
we would've
they
gotten
are
people to open this
continuing.
Door, but you know what? I'm not the wizard, so I don't know. Anyway, get behind me.
You might ruin the tracks. You know what? I'm going to open it this
You're
time.
I thought that was against your contract. You're not getting paid any extra for
Well,
this.
can you follow the tracks if you open this door? Are you going to ruin them?
I'm a hunter, I'll have you know. But the
go
answer is no. Probably not.
So, as the wizard opens the door, correct?
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
As you open the door, it does continue
Ooh, that's fun. Okay.
into a hallway that appears to be covered in vines.
You want to burn them? Flame them up, or do you want to walk through the vines?
Oh, you know what? Hang on. I'm gonna.
That sounds like you're volunteering.
I don't know. I'm so good at that. I studied, street spells, not nature.
Yeah, you knew all about fungus.
Well, those are good for spells. And
The
poison.
vines aren't. I'm learning so much about wizardry.
You see, we dwarves, there's a very, very in-depth environment and just underneath, deep in the ground.
All right, get in there.
So, as you guys pass through the doorway, you see that there's thick knots of gnarled roots that have pushed aside cobbles and mortar and now protrude from the deep cracks in the northern wall. There's a child-sized skeleton that is embedded in the wall.
What's a rogue?
As you look closely,
A halfling. I totally shouldn't have got it.
as you look closely, you do see a snout. So, our wizard can kind of put together, it's most likely a kobold. The tendrils of these roots do stretch across the ceiling and the floor, and there's a badly corroded iron gate that blocks you from continuing on. But as you look through that gate, you do see the source of water. So I'm going to unveil that too, as there seems to be a small pool in the far end of that corridor, and you can see what looks like a hole in the wall that is pouring water into it.
And were there still any of the tracks that I was following previously? Like
So-
any worn out in the vines?
They disappear as you go into the vines, but as you get closer to the pool, you do see them headed in the direction of the water, and then they disappear.
Of course. Do you want to go up and look?
So as you walk up, the water seems to seep down and go into the floor. There is grime on the floor, and are you like putting your foot in it, like as you look, or? Yes, it's very murky. You can't really see the bottom. Okay, so as you put your warhammer in there, you can feel it rather quickly hit some type of mud, and as you push in, as you pull the warhammer out, it would be about, I'd say, to Skarsgård ankle. So it's not too deep of water, but for a dwarf, it's probably about halfway up your leg.
So let's go swimming. By swimming, I mean.
I'll wait through the pool.
I'll let you go first this time.
Thank you.
As you walk into the water,
My
you
natural
do
place.
immediately see to your right, there's a set of double doors as you step into the water.
My favorite pastime, opening doors. So in this rushing water, does it seem like the water is like raising in any perceivable way? It's just kind of like.
Nope.
Okay.
It's kind of pouring into a pool, and then
Gotcha.
it doesn't seem like it's rising or anything like that.
I'm sure that's fine to ignore. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna try to listen at this door.
Okay.
I'm not particularly perceptive, but hold on, I'll keep being on the corner of this. There we go. One more. Sure, you convinced me. And I'm adding my wisdom to this. Not super good at that, but this is a +1. So I got a 17.
It's actually a 19.
19 with guidance.
So, with that perception check, you don't hear anything on the other side.
Okay.
It seems rather still.
Suspicious.
That's about all you get.
In that case, then I'm going to gently start opening the door.
Okay. As you
Doors.
push the door, it doesn't budge.
If only we had someone who knew how to open locks.
If only you had a sturdier warrior next to you. Move aside, I got this.
Well, sure, you got it.
If you're going to try to use strength to open the door, then give me a strength check. Strength check.
If we fail on this, I'll just burn it down.
That'll be really good because there's a source of water right here, so it won't spread.
Meets it, beats it. It's a 12 to be able to
Hey!
break it open. So as you kind of push, it doesn't budge at first, but then you kind of throw your shoulder into it, and you hear it kind of pop free of the mud and then drag across the floor.
I didn't attempt to open the door. I just put my ear up to it. But okay, take your victory.
So as you enter the room, the room was once an armory, but the racks of weapons and armor have been reduced to piles of rust. So it looks very similar to the axe head that you saw in the cells. There's an odd hilt of a short length with a corroded blade can be found, but nothing of metal is intact with it. The bindings and the hinges on the back of the door are gone. You feel like that's probably why it was so hard to open, was it didn't have any way to slide. So as you pushed it, it pretty much just slid back and then to the side, right? The floor cobbles, so all the floor is just smeared with like rust stains, like it was dragged across and things like that. The footprints that you were following do extend into the room, and they go to the right.
Right. Well, I'd say if you want to continue to lead to the right, that's the direction we need.
I'll follow your directions.
Well,
That's up to you. Well, I've already gotten hit by an axe once today.
Okay, so give me the marching order of where you guys are and who's in front. Okay, so is it 1, 2, 3? Is that
Yes.
what I understand? Okay.
Thanks for volunteering.
You absolutely can. You can listen at the door. I don't think it will either. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
Oh.
So you listen at the door. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Actually,
14. You hear a noise for a moment, but you're very confused because as you leaned against the door, you could have sworn it was your other ear, not against the door, that you heard. And as you turn your head, here, let me see. Who threw the dice? Can you poof it?
Nat 20 on.
Just slide it off the board. You should be able to just tap it, I think, right?
It's just hanging out there.
All right, well, that's fine. We're going to do this. Boop.
Hey, they come out of the D20. Uh-oh.
And you hear movement as a rust monster
Very large.
Oh, no.
skitters.
Honestly, probably the best person that this hit.
It
so.
skitters up the wall and then down the other side. That's the noises that you heard. As you leaned against the door, you heard ch-ch-ch. And as you kind of glance to the side, you see the rust monster go up and around the wall that was there. And it gets to the other side. You guys would normally get attack of opportunity, but because you guys are focused on the door, you didn't see him. He goes up and over and gets a surprise attack on our wizard. What is your AC? 10? Okay, well, he hits. Because I rolled a 14, and then it's... I'm just going to do an attack, like a bite attack. He doesn't do anything because you don't have any metal weapons, so 1d6. Plus, make a dexterity saving throw.
Get tetanus or
And get more than 13.
Get more than 13.
That's it.
Okay. That's a 12.
A 12?
Oh, no.
Well, you didn't get more than 13. So you take 2 points of damage as the rust monster's tail goes across the back of your calf. And as it does that, it loops around and pulls forward, and you fall prone.
Uh-oh. How you feeling over there, wizard?
Laying in rust.
Now we will roll for initiative and get our order.
Uh-oh. That is a natural 1.
it's just dexterity.
Yes.
We got a 3.
Got an 11.
Okay, so the good news is
Lucky number.
only one of you goes after the rust monster. You said 9? 10? 10. So Thalin is first, then Ava, and then the rust monster. So Thalin, you just got looped by the tail, pulled and thrown prone. It'll be half your movement to get up. And then it would be an action to disengage and move away from it, or attack. What would you like to do?
Could I attempt to, since it's directly in front of me, even on the ground, a burning hands?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, you know
throw the
what?
fire
Get 'em.
straight against it.
You know what? I don't even think you have to stand up to do that. It knocks you prone. You're able to kind of sit up and just...
Nice.
Blast it.
So no disadvantage, just straight attack on him.
Then it's a DC 14.
All right, let's see. I don't think that's going to do it unless he has plus 11. I rolled a 3. So roll your damage.
What would be the burning hands for this?
Like 2d6 or something?
Yeah, because you're technically level 3, so Let's
I've
do.
been playing a lot more Pathfinder 2, so it changes what that
Which one is, yeah.
We're gonna do. See here, it'll be a second level, so 2d6.
2d6.
Yep.
First time to actually do the proper 2.
Yeah, right?
8 damage.
Hey!
8 points of damage. Okay, let me check his health. Okay, so he's not dead, but he's hurt.
Well, I'm just gonna scoot backwards if I can.
Okay.
Scoot away.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a reaction with disadvantage because you hit him with burning hands. So as you're scooting back, he's distracted. He swings with his tail, but he does not hit. The disadvantage saved you. I rolled an 11 the first time, and then I rolled a 3 with the second one. So disadvantage saved you. So you're able to scoot back and away. And now we have Ava is up. And you, as you turn, you can see around Skarsgård, and you see this rust monster just kind of clicking, and you could just see the tail going and what looks like the pincers coming out to try to attack. Okay.
I think it's just one person. I think you can pick somebody.
I believe you get to choose it. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Swing away with the battle axe. At 16 to hit, 16 hits.
Yes.
12 damage. So, as you swing through, normally with a rust monster, the head of that battle axe would have an issue. But because your wizard had weakened him so much, as you swing through, you come across the head section of it, and poof,
Please, yeah.
the rust monster's gone. So you guys survived that. You do have the ability to take a short rest at some point if you guys want. Where you are right now, you're pretty sure you're safe because back behind you guys, you've cleared most of that. And all the tracks that you see are moving in the direction you're headed, not behind you. So seems like all the traffic is one direction, not necessarily going both ways. So with the short rest, you guys can roll as many hit dice as you need. I think you guys have 3 total. So whatever you guys need to get your health back.
Yeah.
I currently selected 14d10, so I'm going to roll this.
Okay.
That's what you know what?
Mirrorscape was saying if you go up to 20 on the dice, it resets it back to 0.
Good to know. So let me tap
Perfect.
2 times.
I didn't see that, so
works.
that's perfect.
That's
I like it. Yeah, that's a nice little tip.
I've been watching that just as we've been playing.
That is incredibly useful. Thank you. All right, so I think I'm fully healed at this point. I've got 6 more.
Okay, so I'm going to say during your short rest, you guys were looking around the room as well, right? Because really, you don't have to sit still. It's just kind of relaxing. As you guys look around the room, there are a few non-metal goods that you can recover if you so choose. There's a lead light mace, so a mace made of lead, a quarterstaff that was a former spear. It looks like the head was rusted off by the monster. There's a suit of dwarf-sized light armor. There's a small wooden shield. There's a dozen longbow arrows. They're all missing the steel heads. So if you chose to use them, they would have some type of penalty, but they would also fly as well. There's a dwarf steel short sword and a dwarf steel hand axe. They both lie untouched in the gravel and dusty cobbles in the northeastern corner of the room.
also detect magic?
I think both of you go ahead and make intelligence throws as well, intelligence checks, and then yes, detect magic. I will let you know.
Hey.
Well, that's a 25.
Nat 20.
That's a B.
I'll give you advantage because it's dwarf steel, and you're a dwarf. So, all right. So you both pick up rather quickly that it is a dwarf steel, which dwarf steel is actually created by dwarven craftmeisters, and they've developed a process of rendering metal goods resistant to corrosion. So you know that the rust monster probably tried to eat it, but it could not. It does have, these items will never dull or get like different notches in it against spells and other various unnatural corrosive sources. The items receive +4 to any save, so that's why the rust monster wasn't able to eat it. And such items are highly prized and always like masterwork or magical. So when you run your detect magic, you do notice that both of them are +1. So each one does have a little bit of a boost to their attack damage.
You want to split
Good
the axe
afternoon,
and the sword? You
ReaperCon.
want to take the hand axe and the short sword, or do you want
I'm not very good at either of those.
I'll take the
We have
dwarven steel short sword.
ticket system
Okay.
as far as hobby hijinks time
Yeah,
goes.
nice.
Is there anything special about that?
Times on the ticket system are not correct. Just say that you're going to hold.
Yeah, we'll hold for 1 second, let those.
We have the entire weekend up there. Our next event starts at 1:45. It is a speed paint.
Okay, so for your knowledge, on a successful hit, the short sword and the hand axe both do 1d6 for damage. Either can use strength or dexterity because of how they're made. The short sword inflicts piercing or slashing as well, and then both are considered small weapons when wielded by a human, dwarf, or elf. The halfling, it would be a larger weapon, but we don't have to worry about that.
Nice. Well, I'll stow that away,
Okay,
ready to go. I'm still going to rely on my broadsword for now, but in a pinch.
sounds good. And so about an hour has gone by from you guys resting. You guys are healed up. There is still that door. We never opened it, so
Yes. I'll definitely, now since our friend the dwarf had such a rough time opening it up, I'll resume my duty as door opener.
okay.
And I reiterate, so you didn't hear anything on the other side, did you? Then I'm sure we're fine. I'm going to open this door.
Okay. As you open the door, the sound of running water grows louder than it was already. As you look through, let me unveil it for you. You see what looks like a passageway, and you can see the running water as it goes off into the distance, and the passageway kind of narrows, and then the water drops off to the left.
I think we're getting deeper into the water.
Make a perception check real quick.
Just watch your footing.
That is a total of 18.
Okay, 18. So as you're walking through and you hear the water, you see movement briefly, and you're not surprised by this, so we're just going to go ahead and roll and get an initiative order.
Heck yeah.
But you track as you see two large rats, dire rats, running up the spillway. So everybody go ahead and roll initiative, and we'll get you guys in order.
Is a 9.
21.
You're always so
Rats
fast
are
at it.
icky. Okay, so Fallon, what did you get?
A 9.
A 9, okay. So we'll go Skarsgård and then Ava. Ava. I'm gonna change how I say it every time. I don't know how, but that works. I love it.
We'll be reading it out for the same way each time.
So the dire rats begin to run up the spillway, our first actor here is Thaler
Well,
with a 21. And here, let me...
do I even have line of sight of them? Do I just hear some splashing coming my way?
You hear splashing coming your way.
Cute.
I agree, they're very cute. You shouldn't do anything. Just let them have their way.
They're hungry.
Well, I'm gonna
Seen the rats.
utilize another spell this time. Character, I won't know. I do not see myself.
It's really cool to see them in first person across the corner. So like I haven't.
Well,
see the corner.
I'm going to move my character just into the hallway
Okay. Go ahead. Peek around that corner.
to do a firebolt on at least the leading.
Okay, on the leading one.
Yeah.
All right.
Um, that's going to be just a 12.
A 12. Okay. Let me... 12 hits.
12 hits. Well then.
Yes.
For damage, as I cast the bolt, 9 points of damage on the die.
9 points of damage on the
Yeah.
first one. Okay, so the first one, you guys see, poof, and he's gone.
Nice shot.
Well, I'm going to rush my way back
Okay.
to the door.
All right.
The wizard special. The bolted
Now,
one.
The rest are yours.
My work here is done.
now are you ready? Are you watching in
Oh yeah.
first person?
Well, I was. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me get back. All right, let me see it.
Let's say
One
I'll wait
second,
so you can
second.
see it.
All right, I'm peering over the corner. Oh, I see him coming. Oh, he has crazy eyes. Oh,
So he
no.
moves up.
Oh, that's so cool.
He moves up, and he's going to take a bite at Skarsgård
All
since
right.
he was the front one.
Come and get me.
Let's.
17 is the number.
Well, I rolled a 19, so.
Okay, well, good thing I short rested.
Oh wow. And I rolled a 4 on a d4, so you take 6 points of damage
That was more than the axe.
as he bites into you. And make a
Oh no.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, am I getting rat disease?
Yes,
Okay.
potentially.
Careful with the bites. Didn't I say that?
You're a little late.
Oh yeah,
By the way, they're rabid. Okay, that's it's con. It's a
Yes,
save, right?
con saving
That's a
throw.
12.
A 12. Okay, well you needed a 13. So
Okay.
for the next hour,
My medical bills.
anytime you make a strength
No.
check,
That's what the only thing I got. Is
you have to roll a 1d4 and subtract that from your
it's
attack.
reverse guidance.
Yes.
That's what rat disease
Yes,
is.
that's
You
what
lose God.
that's what the disease is. Yes,
You lose faith.
it
in
is.
God.
It is filth fever, inflicting 1d4 strength for the next hour while you attack.
Okay.
You can save every hour
Okay.
to get rid of it.
That's every
so
time I use my muscles.
we'll say a couple rooms is going to be an hour. We're
Gotcha.
probably going to take a quick little break in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and reconvene. All right. So.
you have like remove filth disease spell. That's prevention.
Now, was there anybody else in the tunnel too, or were you guys out of the room?
I had
Okay.
stepped back through the door.
Let's go. I knew you did, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. A 3. So, the second dire rat is gonna move up. Oop, too close. All right, and the second one is going to attack our dwarf over there, but not successfully. What's your armor class? Or your defense? I'm sorry. Yeah, he's about 7 points off. So he tries to bite, misses completely, and you just hear as he kind of snaps his teeth at you and backs away and just hisses.
Ooh.
next in the attack order will be Skarsgård.
All right, so I'm coughing a little bit.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna skewer this rat.
Okay.
To the best of my ability. But I'm currently afflicted by this poison.
Correct.
This disease.
So
I'm rolling a d20 and I'm subtracting a d4.
1d4, yep.
Okay. I'm like, ugh. Did I ever tell you I hate rats? That's my actual one phobia in this world. Okay, let me roll the d20 first. If it, I got
18.
an 18.
You got an 18. That's what it gave you, all right?
But I need to see what the disease is costing me. It's costing me a lot.
Okay.
A 14 plus 7 is
Well.
21.
No,
it's real.
Our 12 hit it, so 14 hits.
I'm making a rat kebab.
Roll your damage.
I'm already diseased. What's the harm?
I-
Let's get a little more in me. You know, I'm already at maximum filth, right?
Makes
Let's go
perfect
in.
sense.
All right, so I'm gonna stab him. So this is one-handed, so it's a D8.
Yes.
The filth doesn't reduce my damage. It's just my.
Nope.
Okay.
Just your to hit.
This is plus 5, so 8 slashing damage to the rat. Just
The rat that bit
Get
you,
no.
poof,
I am.
he's gone.
If you've ever gotten filth fever, like you'll know what I'm going through. That's what it's called.
That's what it's called. It's called
the
filth
name.
fever.
Yeah.
The rat told me right before he did that.
Right before he bit you, it's like,
gave me the
get ready
diagnosis.
for filth fever.
It's like, all right, you're gonna feel some coughing, you're gonna get some runny nose for about a week. Once an hour, make a saving throw,
Yeah.
take some antibiotics.
The dire rat PhD. So that one, poof, gone. The second one's running up. Eva, you are up.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack you. Battle axe style.
Okay. Swing away.
You're not horribly diseased. That 20 is losing it.
It's
I think it's just maybe
it's that
too narrow
hallway.
a
Yeah,
character.
it's too narrow, the hallway. It's like bouncing around and then just disappears.
Hey,
It's out of
roll
here. 14 hits. Roll your damage. Four damage total. Poof. He's gone too. You've dealt with the dire rats as they ran up the causeway here, and as you peer in, you see that there's nothing else left currently in there, and it does kind of, you see where the running water is as it turns to the left and disappears into the darkness.
Gotcha. Does it get like a little narrower? The passage a bit narrower?
Yes, it does get more narrow. There's only one person that can kind of fit through. You notice that how the dire rats came up, they actually had to attack kind of in a line. They couldn't be side by side. They kind of merged. That was what gave you that little bit of reprieve between them.
Well, I'm going to put my hand on the dwarf's shoulder, cough in the other hand. I think you need to lead from now on. I'm getting over this little cough.
I feel
I don't
the
know why we have
filth.
a cleric if I can't heal my disease, but you know,
I'm staying an extra 5 feet back from you now. I
you
don't know
need
if
a
this.
social distance between me and Phil Fever.
Well, if you actually lose more health points, then I can
Spare me when I'm dying. Great. So you tell me I didn't get enough disease.
Yeah, you didn't have
problem.
enough damage.
You need to take a little more damage. You know, like a necromancer is a really great doctor, but you have to.
They can cure your
Do you remember those spears? Why don't you go play in those for a little
Yeah,
while, and then
sure.
I could take care of you once you drop.
I'm gonna cook this rat though. That's my personal goal.
Just carry it over your shoulder. That's the way.
Playing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's enough to it's enough
You know what? If you want to drag that rat with you, you can drag the rat with you.
He's ready, man. I put him in my pouch. I'm gonna eat this rat. I mean, okay, it's more like my whole backpack. But
Yeah, you're just like carrying the dire
I'm just
rat.
carrying a small dog, right? Right now in the water corridor. How about you just go lead right now?
So the
Also,
steps.
there's 2 wizards now. I think we got another good.
I did. I don't know where my other wizard went. I can only see one.
Let's see. I see both wizards.
Oh,
So we lost. There's a doppelganger too.
oh. Okay.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Which one is the original wizard and which one is
So
The one I'm moving.
Ava is moving forward, correct? Okay. So the slope that goes down where you guys see the water is pretty slippery. So as you guys are walking, oh, okay, I got you. As you guys are walking, do you want me to remove this one?
Yeah, the dice.
Yeah. Oh no, I was saying the other wizard that's back
Oh
here.
yeah, wherever he is. I don't know where he's at.
I got rid of him. You're good. So that's why I was trying to figure out what you were talking about. And then I saw two, and I was like, oh, okay. So as you begin to walk down, go ahead and make a dexterity check. Yes.
Uh-oh. You've not been doing so great.
So our fearless leader slips on the first rock, lands
Slip disease.
lands on her back, and then continues to slide down
Oh, slip and slide.
rather loudly into the next area. So,
100% intentional.
Just disappears around the corner visually.
see if I can move her here. So you're gonna fall down the corner, and she falls and slides out of sight as you guys go. You do see her; she moves to the left where you knew the water was going, and you are now prone at the bottom of there. The other two players, what are you guys doing
Well,
as this takes place?
You can go first and you catch me.
oh boy. Sure, I'll catch you with my rat arms. I just, you know, have a -4 on catching you.
That's fine.
We'll find out. All right, I'm going to, as carefully as possible, knowing that this is a slip and slide, I'm going to try desperately to keep my hand on a wall and like.
If you're going slow, I will give you instead of taking the D4. Well,
Yeah.
it's Dex, so I'll give you a D4 for that because you're going
Guidance.
slow.
Okay.
Yep. I'll give you DM
Literal
guidance for
like
going
that.
down
the
there.
The wall is giving me guidance. Okay. Yeah. From down there. Besides, I don't need your guidance. I found my guidance.
You just heard, you got this around the corner.
Let's roll the d20 first, and then I will add the d4. Oh, that 20. But it's very important that we know what the wall has given me. Give me 2 points.
So you are able to make it down to the bottom, and you're now standing looking down at the dwarf who is like laying on her back looking up at you.
Now's not the time to be lying down.
Lady Shard advised that I should be lying down as better for my back, but while I'm at it, I guess I will stand up.
And then
try to follow the exact footsteps.
if you can
he's on.
follow his exact footsteps, you can make the check with advantage,
Okay.
as you just saw how to kind of maneuver your way down.
Yeah. So I already got an 18.
Okay, then you're good. You make it down, and you guys are all down at the bottom. There was quite a bit of noise as you guys slid down, but you all reconvene at the bottom. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break here for like 5-10 minutes, and then we'll come back and reconvene.
Great.
Welcome back to the Sunstarved Shrine Dungeon Dwellers RPG game. We've previously gone through quite a bit of the dungeon. Our players have run into a rust monster. They fought some skeletons. I think most importantly, you guys have been able to poof them off the map, which seems to be our favorite part so far. We've continued on. The party has fallen and slid down a little bit of a pathway here, and we will resume with you guys all standing up. Yep, all of us. Everybody's standing.
We did such a good job having you leading us down this oil slick corridor.
Well, as you all begin to stand up, because quite a bit of sound was made as you slid down, you see a blob in the corner begin to grow and begin to get larger and larger as
Oh,
You see this jelly move, begin to come out of the ground. You are not surprised as far as like that round goes, but we are going to roll a quick initiative order. So let's go ahead and roll and everybody get an initiative. Ooh, that's not good for you guys.
oh,
22.
wow, the wizard as always. I got a 15 total. Or a 14 total. 30, sorry.
All right. And then, so our order will be the jelly, because I rolled a natural 20 for his initiative. Then Thalin, Skarsgård, and then Ava. So, now, looking at you guys, the jelly is going to go after the person who was prone, as it sees you as the easiest target. So as you stand up, you feel almost like this goo, this miasma, just wrap around one of your ankles as you feel the jelly begin to grab and pull you towards it. Let's go. There we go. Okay. So he attacks. He does his corrosive bite. +5 does a 10 hit. I'm going to assume no. All right, so a 10 does not hit, but the what are you wearing? Like, do you have like pants, like cloth, or is it armor?
I think so.
Okay, so we're gonna say you have some type of like cloth that goes down, and the ankle that it grabbed, it began to essentially deteriorate the cloth that was on your leg. So now if you look at your dwarf, her right leg has like half a pant leg as it dissolved off, but you did not take any damage. It wasn't able to get to the skin. So you just have like tattered pieces of your pants as it comes away on your bottom right leg.
Okay. That's good info to have.
Well, I don't know if it's susceptible to fire.
You're fine with. I'm gonna plug this in real quick.
We also have those dwarves.
What is this one going to?
I got you.
That's what I'm gonna do. I don't have any.
Actually, just plug that one into this iPad, right?
Others.
There we go. Okay, yeah, I can see it.
That's fine.
Thank you. Okay, so
You did my dagger, that's poison.
next
Yeah,
in
I
the
don't know
turn order, we have Thalin.
Okay, so I'm gonna just immediately firebolt this thing. Try to get it off her feet.
All right, firebolt away.
And that is gonna be a 23.
Yeah, you just barely hit.
I know, it's a moving liquid. You know what?
You know what? I'll tell you. And you said you're firebolting, correct? Okay. Depending on how much damage you do, something could happen to this cube. So, roll. What was it? 2d6 or 2d10, right?
I'm doing a D10.
Yeah. Roll 2d10 and let's see how much damage you hit.
2d10. Well, I did 9 already. So 7, so 15.
15 points of damage. So as
16 points of damage.
oh 16, yeah.
Sorry.
It would help if I did math too. I just took your word for it.
Whatever you say.
So
Plus 7, yeah, that's fine.
as the firebolt hits this jelly, you see as it begins to try to split, but the edges of it begin to catch fire and come around. And rather than being able to break into a bunch of different ones, it burns off everything but one small bud left sitting there. So you have one small little jelly now on the ground. And with that, because that was a lot of damage, you almost took it out in one. Skarsgård, you are up, and now there's just one small jelly on the
It's
ground.
still a gelatinous.
Yep,
like-
it's still a small gelatinous,
Okay.
but now instead of, as it was getting up, it was growing bigger and bigger.
Gotcha.
And as the firebolt hit it, it just dropped it back down to size. So it's probably about, I'd say 2 foot wide by 2 foot and maybe a foot tall as it tries to continue growing again.
No mitosis for you.
I want to draw my fancy new dwarven
Okay.
blade.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's less likely to be corroded and eaten by a jelly. So I'm going to
Yes.
draw it, and I'm going to shish kebab it, and I'm going to make a rat sandwich at some point. So I'm going to stab it with my
You're gonna put some
magical sword.
jelly on your dire rat
Yeah,
sandwich.
you know,
There
just
you
to give it a
go.
little-
There you
Now I
go.
need some cheese. I get a charcuterie. Right?
There's fungus.
I already have the fungus.
There is
you know?
fungus. Yeah, you're all
You've got to
good.
be able to prepare that where I don't
So-
die horribly, right?
So we'll see.
So it's a D20 to hit.
That'll be the end of the campaign. Do you survive your
And this is a
sandwich?
+1 weapon. Does that add +1 to my hit?
Yes,
as well?
+2 technically because we added it for
Oh,
your
yes,
level
okay,
and then
gotcha.
for the
So
weapon.
then
Yep.
it's a total then of +8.
Yes.
So I didn't see what I rolled, but 15, I think. Oh, and the rat poison.
Yep. You have to roll a d4 to subtract from it.
I can never forget rat fever. -2. I think that's like 23 too.
You hit it. So go ahead and roll damage.
This is a D6.
Okay.
For the
Yes, for that one. Yes.
So D6 plus.
And then add your strength modifier to it.
Gotcha.
We're gonna say it's slashing.
Oh, sorry. I rolled it twice actually. The first one was a 6.
That's okay. We'll take the 6.
Gotcha. And that's plus my slashing plus the magic. Is that right?
Yes.
That's a plus.
Yeah, because the magic goes to damage and attack.
So that's 13 more points.
13 points of damage. You guys get the satisfaction of the jelly. Poof.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
Now, you guys find yourself in this chamber. You can hear the rushing water as it continues down. Looking down, you can see that the passageway does narrow, but as it gets towards the bottom, you see water. There we go. In these pools.
How big is your staff? Do you have a staff, or you just have
Yeah, it's a nice, like, 5.5 foot staff.
you want to just see how deep?
No, I don't want any more corrosive stuff.
Yeah.
My, I have a warhammer that's what I use before, so let's see how far the warhammer goes down.
Okay, so you use your warhammer and you press down into it, and as you push down, it goes a little further than the last time, but you do feel a solid ground underneath. You feel like for you, the water would probably be closer to waist deep. For them, it's probably about just a little past their knees, as far as like humans and elves go.
Wade into it.
And as you step into it, you can see it was almost like it was smooth, like a sheet of glass. And as you step, you can see the ripples kind of going out. Go ahead and make a dexterity check real quick. Everybody who's going to go into the water.
Probably the last, of course.
Rat pill doesn't impede my ability to swim.
So that's a 12.
It's a 18.
Okay, so anything above an 11, you're successfully able to walk through. What did you roll?
I love slip and slides personally. I would like to make it known.
You drown instantly.
So
It's like, oh, it's fine. It's waist deep.
I'll tell you what. You guys are all near each other, especially I think Skarsgård's right behind Ava, right?
Yeah.
You see her begin to slip.
Okay.
You can make a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
to try to catch her, but
Am I too busy?
it will be with a negative D4.
Okay. You know,
So-
I'm used to that.
So
I'm used to the
with your rat
negative
poison, it hinders how quick you can react.
All right, I'm ready. All right, so I'm rolling my d20, and it's a dex save. Is that right?
Dex save, yes.
Okay, minus a d4. So I'm gonna try to save your life, but you know what? You laughed at me for the oats. Okay. We'll see. So that's a right now without the minus d4. Ooh, so that's it's 8 minus 2 plus 3 because it's a save.
So a 9.
9. Yeah.
So
Bye.
both of you, you're
Oh, no.
you're able to keep her from her. You're able to keep Ava's head above water, but you do fall to a knee. So you are now, the water is up to about chest height as you're like kneeling, but you caught her in a way that you're able to hold her underneath the arms to keep her head above water. And you guys are just sitting at the edge of the pool, and your wizard is just looking down like, what are you guys doing?
It's like, are you all right?
Oh, I'm much better now.
I'd probably. Splash.
Take 1 point of damage as you. No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
It's worth it for the bit.
So,
Actually, just laughing out loud in character. Echoing through the halls now.
Oh no.
yeah, laughter echoes through the halls.
I'm putting you need to put your finger in the
everybody-
water. This is not more accurate right now.
Everybody now, as you're able to stand, right? Everybody can make a perception check real quick.
Oh boy. That's a 2. I have +0.
Okay, so who had the highest perception and what was it? Because I heard 2.
12.
12? So with a 12, as you look around, you see there's 2 ways to exit that you have picked up. As you walk in and you turn to look to the south of the map, you can see one corridor that leads off to the right, and there's a second one that leads to the left. The one to the left has what looks like steps going up. They're not carved steps, they're more just like stepping stones. And then on the right, it drifts down, like the water is flowing to the right out of the room and around the corner.
Okay, I'm in the right spot. So I see those.
Yes, that's where you're at.
Okay.
So basically, one going up, one going down. Is that right?
Yep.
Struggling with the view. There we go. Much better.
Well, down is probably more water, would be my guess.
I would say if it's flowing down too. So we go with the steps.
I'm already soaked. I would love to get out of this.
Let's go to the steps on the right.
So that direction, it does get narrow, so you have to go one by through the hallway.
Okay.
I'm going to ask what your marching order is, just so I'm aware of who's going to be in front.
Dwarf, you've had some rough times. I'm still dying of rat disease, but I still
Of rat
feel
fever?
Like I might be a better.
If you'll continue on the front.
I will say that the steps are not wet here, so,
Oh, great!
so you don't have to make a dexterity saving throw to try to go down them.
Easy for us.
I think you're giving us too much credit. They're going to be flooded in some way. Yeah, sure. I will take the lead in this case.
Okay,
You're
now
right? Am I in the right area?
other side, I believe, to the left. Yeah, that the way you win is the one that the water goes down
Gotcha.
and around the corner. You guys wanted to go through the steps, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, you begin to walk through. You can see into the area. Now, what I need is everybody to roll a d20. It is going to be a perception check.
Is a 12.
Wow, I guess I should have rolled before I told you guys what I needed because I rolled a 1. So
19.
So, you guys are able to make it into the next room. As you walk through, you see there is an area that looks like the walls go up about, I'd say, 10 feet. And there is a passageway that continues to the right. But as you walk through, the passageway opens up into a larger chamber with a high ceiling, bristling with stalactites. The center of the chamber has been excavated down more than a foot. Debris is piled up against all the walls. There's a slim path that cuts through to the right. There is a ledge taller than a man, so roughly 8 to 10 feet, that rises in the north end of the room. The floor is littered with bones, stripped clean and polished smooth. You hear a scuttling sound from the ledge, which startles you, and as you look up, you can see 2 large beetles scurrying up and over the ledge. What would you like to do?
They're 10 feet up, you say?
Yes, they're about 8 to 10 feet up.
Okay.
They're climbing, well, they're in the action of climbing up the ledge right now. So if you want to move to make a sword attack on them, you absolutely can. They haven't quite got to the top yet, so they're still within reach of you.
Beetle kebab. I'm stabbing
Okay.
a beetle.
And would I be able to do a burning hands on
You
both?
you absolutely can, because this is the surprise round, so everybody has one action or one attack, and then we'll roll and get into initiative order if it's needed.
Sure, do you want me to let you burn them?
Hold for just a
Yeah,
sec,
for-
like just a half second extra.
Get them.
So it's gonna be the dex save again.
Okay. I'm gonna roll it for both of them with 1 because I don't want to do it. Oh, Dex is -1. So you said 14. They rolled an 11. So with the cone, you are able. Oh, hang on. You know what? You guys got to let me know when I don't show stuff.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Goofies.
Boop.
That's right. Oh.
Now you can see. So we didn't have scarabs, so we used spiders. But imagine they're beetles. They're scarabs. All right. So you are able to get them in that cone with your burning hands. So go ahead. Let's 2d8. Yes, correct. Oh, I gotta keep adjusting this.
Just a second. Okay, 10 to both.
10 to both. Okay. So we're gonna say the one on the left poofs. He's gone. The one on the right, after being hit, turns to look at you and pauses where he's at. So because he turned and looked and paused, it kept him in a spot that your fighter's able to run up and him as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. I'm gonna try to stab him with my broadsword.
Don't forget your 1d4 subtraction
Never forget my 1d4.
from your rat
That's
fever.
part of my life. That's a lifestyle that I have to work around now. You know, we all have to live with the hand we've been dealt. Okay, so that's 11 minus rat disease. So that's a 9 plus 7 is a 15.
15 to hit. Yeah,
The
9 plus
established
7.
9 plus 7 is 15.
9 plus 7 is 16. That's you know what though? You know what though? You're lucky she corrected us because the defense is a 16. So 16 is meets it beats
There you
it.
go. All right, so
15
never
would have
mind.
missed.
Zoo math is 9 plus 7 is 16.
Okay.
It's canon. It's canon.
I want t-shirts in 9 plus 7 is 16.
Then it's got to have the Mirrorscape and Reaper logo so everybody knows where it came from.
Wizard's math.
Okay, so you are able to swing away. You hit
Yeah.
it. What damage do you do?
Oh yeah, I should roll that too. All right. D8 plus 5.
Can you do less than 2 points of
We'll
damage?
find out. Looks out, no. It's 10.
Okay, so as you swing through and you connect as it turns to look at your wizard there, the wizard has a sigh of relief as it poofs in front of him as well.
Yeah, teamwork.
And both of the scarabs are now gone.
High five.
You're welcome.
You get a little rat disease. You should wash your hands.
Yeah, you should wash your hands after this.
Do not touch your eyes.
So now-
Don't eat
Now, would you guys like to continue down the pathway, or do you want to dig around this room? What is it you would like to do?
that's a good question. Well, first,
have
has
the
it been an
pass.
hour for me to make a save on
Yes, actually, go ahead and make the save now that we're done with the scarabs.
con?
It's a con saving throw, yes.
Does rat disease affect my ability to cure rat
Nope,
disease?
it does not.
So I'm at a plus 4.
Only to strength.
No! It's with me forever. I'm never getting rid of this rat disease.
Yep, nope, you've got it
I
again.
still have rat
You still have it.
You shut up. You're still soaking wet, by the way, so you don't know what my pros right
Because
now
I
are.
dropped you.
Will you at least heal me? Because I still have a big rat bite that has been undressed.
Okay, so you're still inflicted by the rat
Still
disease.
rat. I would like some.
What is our wizard doing while this is happening?
I'm
back
looking
up.
at the fact that I can see down the passageway now behind us.
Okay. As you look down, you do see a faint glow coming from the left. So looking down, it's about 20 to 30 feet in front of you. It ends, and then you can see a faint glow similar to the campfire that you saw on the other side of that door. So it's like an orangey red glow coming from there.
What
about behind us? Because you said there was the passageway directly behind us too, or
So-
on the right-hand side of this.
Yes, so the passageway behind you drifts off into darkness. It goes about, I'd say, 5 to 10 feet, and then curves to the right. You do see there's like a pool of water at the bottom of it.
So much water. Send the dwarf.
Make a investigation check as far as looking for the tracks, because you guys have kind of been following them as you go.
Oh, do this one. There we go. So it's going to be, on this case, a 14.
14, you see that all the tracks are following the direction you're headed, including out of that area. Like maybe somebody went to the right as well, but all the tracks are going in the direction down the hallway. You just looked down and saw the torchlight.
Okay, we'll go forward then.
Okay.
Are you good enough?
I'm fine. I got healed.
Okay.
You know, I mean, the fever is now. I'm probably gonna have to like get a brace or something in the future. Just live a more measured life.
Okay. It is narrow. It is narrow, so you guys will need to be in a single file line. And I do need to know your marching order.
Yep. Do you want to lead? You're the dark vision person.
And you can be in the middle.
I'll be in the middle, and you'll.
Okay.
Give me a good 5 foot distance again.
If I cough on you, that's your fault, right?
Sure.
So,
I want to get the high ground.
I need a group stealth check, which is dexterity. We're gonna take the total of all three of you and see if it matches the bar that I have set.
That is a 9.
That is a 9 as well.
Yep, it should be plus your dex. So do you have any?
It's a 9.
So 20, 9 and 9, so what's that, 40, 38? Ooh.
Well, he and I are bickering a little bit.
So I'm gonna give it to you guys. It's close enough. It's close enough. I'm gonna give it to you guys. So as you approach the room, the only person who can actually see inside the room currently is our dwarf leading the way. So you pause for a moment at the door because you hear a kind of a sound, and actually our fighter can see this too, but our wizard, because you're at the back, you can't quite see in the doorway. It's kind of cut off. But a figure in ornate robes appears to be praying in front of an altar, solemnly offering up a dire rat as a sacrifice. As you begin to look around, you can see 2 acolytes kneeling on either side of him. And there's a third. Here, I'll unveil the map for you guys as I describe this. There's a third in front of the room to the left. You know what? Let's throw these on real quick.
This is a
Give
very ominous
me.
looking.
Let's see here. What do we want them to look like?
So I want that fish statue. Oh, dang. All right.
Oh no, he's too big. I don't like him. Let's go with. You know what? We're gonna do them as kobolds.
Yeah.
They're not really kobolds, but that's the creatures that I'm gonna use. Now, the dwarf, as you're looking, and you look closely at the different, okay, come on, kobolds, you can see that their eyes, they look like scar tissue. There's no eyeballs for the acolytes. As you continue to look, you see that the third acolyte is the one that you really see the eyeballs on, and you can see they're almost like scar tissue. Go ahead, you guys can make a perception check real quick, which is wisdom, and the DC is 12.
What do you see up there?
14, okay. So our dwarf, if you get higher than a 12, you see this as well. If not, just the dwarf does. Okay. As you're glancing around and you look back towards the altar, you can see this reptilian creature with 6 legs. In here, it's our troll, but we just didn't have a basilisk. Descending from the ceiling towards the dire rat. The statues, as you look around the room, appear to be very lifelike as well and appear to be in fear. All around the room, there are small alcoves and different statues of serpents, little reptile men, and other fiercely scaled carnivores carved from the trunks of trees. You manage to get to the entrance in the shrine unnoticed. Go ahead and roll initiative, and you guys will have a surprise round before we kick everything else off.
Oh boy.
I hear commotion. I guess I better get ready.
Pretty intense.
6.
15.
I'm in the back of the party. I didn't even see the room. That's why I'm last.
You guys come over.
I didn't mean to reroll.
So, okay, who got what?
I got a 15.
You got a 15? 10? Okay.
6.
All right, so you'll go there. Let's go. Skarsgård was first.
Glad you quit me.
Then we've got Ava. Okay, so as you guys begin to enter the room, Thalon, you will not have any action just because of where they are. But the two of you are close enough that you guys can take an action or movement to get into the room and go from there. So what would you guys like to do as this is your surprise round before it kicks off?
I'll run in and I'll stab a cultist.
Okay. Which one are you going to go after?
How about the guy right there? Right next to me.
The one in the back of the room?
Oh yeah, how do I... Oh. I do a little 360 and then
There you go.
stab him.
Okay. He cannot, as you get close, you do see that the scar tissue that you saw, there's nothing in those eye sockets. So it just peers back like they were removed their eyes for some reason.
Okay, I'll take that as a hint. After I stab him, I'll probably close my eyes.
Okay. All right. So go ahead, swing away at him.
18 plus 6 minus rat disease.
Minus 4, rat disease. Rat fever.
So minus filth fever, the 3, so that's 18 plus 7 minus 3, so 22.
Yes, you hit.
Okay, and I'm hitting him with my one-handed attack. Ooh, that's a 6.
6. So for that one, 6 points of damage. You catch the acolyte by surprise, and you essentially cleave through, again, similar to the way you did the skeleton, through the clavicle, coming down, pulling across your body, and poof.
I want to use
That acolyte is
a
gone.
feature. I want to cleave.
Okay, there you go.
Cleave bonus attack. So I want to, if I'm within range.
There is one there's two actually
I'll stab
within range.
Let
So
me turn to pick one.
you tell me north or south.
This guy right there.
Okay, north. Got it.
Stab that guy, so I'm going to try and get him too. Oh, that's a
Nat 20. Okay. So let me ask you, do you want to, you can roll your damage, you can double the dice that you roll, or you can roll 2 damage dice, whichever one you would prefer with your natural.
Nice.
Okay, roll multiple dice.
That's what I like. So I actually get to roll 2d8 this time, not accidentally. All right. Hey, that's 10 plus 5.
10 points. Okay.
15 points.
15 points.
Yeah.
So yes, so that acolyte with your cleave, poof, you've taken 2 out,
Yeah. Yeah, and I close my eyes.
and you close your eyes. Good call. Eyes are closed. So now any attack you make will be, you'll have to roll perception first.
Sure.
The DC is 16. If you're under the DC, you have disadvantage. If you're over, it's a straight roll.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay. So next would be Eva. There's still one acolyte in the room. All right. Okay, you hit. $10 points. Okay, so he's not dead yet. You have done damage. He looks really rough, but he is still standing. The creepy thing is, as you hit him, he just slowly turns in your direction. As he does turn and you see him, again, the eye sockets are just blank. They're empty. And he turns, and it's almost like he's looking directly at you. So it's very creepy for your character because this no eye socket just turns and is looking directly at you. You can use your shield to kind of like cover your eyes, but the reflection won't. It would help, but you would have to like hold it behind you and look behind you to use that. Okay, so you both have your eyes closed. Okay, so again, same thing.
Fighting blind.
My eyes from what? I'm in the hot tunnel.
Now, with your eyes closed, you guys hear footsteps. Okay, and it's coming from the direction of the altar after you close your eyes. Before Thalen gets to go, our priest in his robes runs and disappears into the room at the back of the room. Oh, come on.
Oh, there he is. With my eyes closed, I can see that.
Right. There was a bright light. And he disappears around the corner into another room. Now, you continue to hear noises. Fallon, you're up. Oh, hang on. Boop.
There we go.
And we're back.
Okay. Make my way to the doorway itself. Can I get a glimpse before I close my eyes?
Yes, as you look in, you see one acolyte in front of Ava. You see what we've mentioned about the eye sockets almost instantly. And as you look over, you can see a basilisk that has now descended from the ceiling. Its back is to you, and it is just devouring this dire rat that was up on there.
Okay. Position. So, close my eyes then. Can I do a knowledge check on the basilisk?
Yes, you can do a knowledge check. Give me the intelligence check and...
There we go. So, it's going to be a 19.
19? At first, you thought it was some type of lizard, but as you close your eyes and you kind of start to think back on some of the books you've read and the training that you've done specifically for this mission, because you knew about it was the cult of the Kisk, you know that they worshipped basilisks and different snake-like reptiles. So you're pretty sure, as you're putting the pieces together, all the statues that you saw when you first came in that looked lifelike, they're all actual people and creatures that have looked into the eyes of the basilisk and were turned to stone.
Since it's distracted eating the dire rat, I'm going to try to take a shot with a firebolt.
Okay, go ahead.
Open my eyes to do that, and then just re-close my eyes immediately.
Okay.
This is the evolution of the bolt and run, the bolt and blink.
Yes, the blinking. So that's just going to be a 17.
A 17, okay. 17 hits.
Okay.
Roll your damage, and then once you tell me the damage, I already rolled my d20. You're going to roll a d20. Whichever one is higher is who reacted fastest, either closing the eyes or turning the head.
Oh. Okay. So I did 8 damage,
8 damage. Okay, it takes 8 damage.
and I rolled 7.
I rolled a 19.
Oh,
So you need to make a Constitution saving throw
Okay.
as your eyes meet the basilisk's eyes.
So hoping it's distracted enough. Oh, that's not going to be good.
Oh no.
oh no.
9.
Okay, so you take your shot. As you hit it, the basilisk immediately turns, and as you're going to close your eyes, you get so close and you're squinting, and you can feel as your legs lock, and all of a sudden, the wizard turns to stone.
Oh no.
You two have your eyes closed, so you just heard the firebolt go off and strike something. You don't know the wizard has turned to
Did you
stone
get
just
him?
yet.
Always silent that one. Man of few
He already
words.
bolted out of the room.
Oh,
How typical.
bolted on.
The dual bolt, the bolt and bolt. So,
Thanks for playing.
so with that, we're back to the. Oh no! Actually, the acolyte that is in front of Ava is now going. I forgot he was still alive. He swings away at Ava, and that's a 4. Does a 4 hit? Okay. Well, he was close. He tried. It's probably because he can't see anything.
That doesn't help.
So, he swings wildly and misses, and we're back to the top of the order with Skarsgård.
Okay. I know that something's nearby. Hope the wizard's doing good, because I don't know. So I'm going to make a perception check, I guess, to guess.
Yes,
the room.
you can absolutely. That's what you need to do is make a perception check based on sound. So this does not inflict your -4 penalty with the filth
right.
disease.
Well, I rolled a total of 8.
Total of 8. Okay,
Yes.
so you're pretty sure you heard movement, like
Somebody's over
kind
in
of
this
to
area.
your right. You're pretty sure you heard it.
All right.
So-
Hopefully, it's either a dwarf or a cultist. so.
Do me a favor. Roll a d6.
Oh boy.
1 through 3 is the cultist. 4 through 6 is your dwarf.
We got this. Guidance. Hey.
Rolled a 6.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna move up and stab at something. I hope it's.
you
somebody.
swing at your dwarf.
Oh, I thought it was the reverse. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Oh, bye. It's good. It's been real. Hold on.
Now, which weapon are you using?
I am using my broadsword.
The broadsword. Is that the one that you dipped in the fungus at
That
the
is the
beginning?
one I dipped in the fungus
Okay.
at the beginning.
Okay.
All right. Let's roll. That's an 11 minus rat filth.
Yep, because it is strength.
The rats may save you here. Okay, so that's an 8 plus 6 is a 14.
So,
Or that's plus 7. Sorry. So it's 8 plus. It's still a mess.
but it's under 17. That's
Under
the important
17.
thing. So the dwarf hears as a broadsword goes straight past you and clink into the stone. You're not sure if that was the acolyte. You're pretty sure the acolyte did not have anything metal on him as far as the attack went, other than a dagger. But
Acolyte, I say left.
maybe.
That's me.
And then it's your turn.
If you hit me in the shin,
And now Ava's up.
cut him.
Actually, I need to do a perception. I have to.
Yes, you have to do a wisdom check based on sound. Yep, it's 16 was the DC, so you're good.
So am I able to
You know he hasn't moved. The sound you heard was to your left. So kind of piecing things together, the cultist that you hit has not moved yet from the direction in front of you.
Hey, wizard, how are you feeling?
You hear nothing in response.
A little bit of dust.
Yeah, just shook my hands.
Cure wounds.
Your petrification.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of like blindness.
Yeah, I don't think it heals that either.
I don't.
Yeah.
You
No,
can't
that's,
heal rat fever. You think
That
you
would be
can
like
heal
remove curse is what
Turn
you're looking
stone?
for.
Oh, of course, that's right.
Yeah.
It's flesh to stone. Stone to flesh.
God, you can't deal with the cold.
I can like send good things.
Yeah, thoughts and feelings. Yeah. Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
Okay.
12? You know what? I believe it does hit.
Yeah.
So roll your damage. Can you do less than 2? Poof.
Yeah.
That cultist is gone.
I still hear movement over here.
It's me. He's gone.
All right. Well.
Now, you both still have your eyes closed, correct?
Oh, I'm not opening them.
So, well, hang on. Basilisk has to ask first.
Yeah.
So you hear crunching and what sounds like a couple different steps as... Let me see if I can...
Launched it.
Oh, I think I have to ungroup it. So we're going to just drop a different one in. I don't want to mess with that yet.
So he's like built into like the.
Yeah, well, we did all the groups. Like, that's how I can hide rooms and show them. But we're just going to use... we're going to use the Rust Monster again. He's a fun model. I'm going to drop him in again. Let me go through his eyes so I can turn him towards you. All right, so the basilisk comes down and walks up to... So here, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to roll a d6. Odds are the dwarf, evens the fighter.
Gotcha.
4.
Okay.
So with your eyes closed, you feel...
Being attacked by everybody.
Maybe not. Oh, wait. Hang on. Is that... Nope, that's a 17. I thought that was a 7. That's 17. Plus 5, so 22. Does 22 hit?
Yes.
Just check it. Just check it. Oh. And you take 10 points of damage
Oh.
because I rolled an 8 on my
Good.
d8.
That's good. That's real good. Healing would do good. You know, some hit points.
Yes, so there's nothing else. You just
Okay.
get bit for
No-
10 points of
no-
damage.
no
Nope, I
soul
wanted...
disease?
There's no reptilian disease that you're getting. You've already got the rat filth. You didn't get
I'm eating this.
the basilisk.
If I get out of here, it's going to be rat jelly basilisk buffet. I'm going to eat. I'll find a way. I
So-
will eat this thing.
Go ahead, make a... We're just going to do a con saving throw for right now. Higher than 10.
No, death. Correct?
Okay, so that's -1. So
Uh-oh.
we'll go to 3. Okay, if they're able to unpetrify you, if you get 3 positive ones, then you'll still be alive. If you get 3 negatives, they may bring you back, but you won't.
Yeah. I'll just
So
flop to the ground.
Alrighty. Excuse me.
now, Skarsgård,
Okay.
you are up. You have heard scuttling up to you,
Yeah, I've
and
been
you
told that-
felt a bite. So
Okay. I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
stab
give
the
you.
direction of the thing that bit me, whatever
Okay.
it is.
That's fine.
It's probably
Now,
not the dwarf.
now roll a wisdom.
Okay.
DC is because it already bit you. I'll lower it to 14 on this one,
Okay.
and you have advantage because you know the direction it was.
Hey, I got a 19 on the die.
Okay.
Let's roll the other one too, just in case. Okay, it was better than the 5.
Okay,
So I pass.
you are able to attack with only the negative D4
Okay,
from
only
your
my
filth.
rat poison.
Yep, only your rat
Things are
poison.
looking up for
So,
Scar.
so you know where he is.
Okay, let's roll. That's 6. This is looking good. -1, +6, or +7, so that's an 11.
An 11.
Whoops, I tried my best.
Nope. So you lunge forward, and your sword finds nothing.
No.
Nothing but air. So as you lunge forward and you bring it back, You're standing in a stance. You're pretty sure he was right there, so you didn't hear him move. And then Ava, you're up.
I don't know how you're doing, but it's probably not great. You just keep getting the fight stuff, and then attack the
Okay. Yeah, because Shield of Faith is touch, right? Or are you planning on casting it through touch? Because you'd be able. I was going to say you'd be able to tell if you touched a basilisk or a person. So, yeah. I feel like you'd be able to figure that one out. Okay, you're good. You have no penalties on this attack roll. Straight attack. So you swing away, and similar to the broadsword of Skarsgård, you find nothing but air.
Oh no.
As you swing through. Let's see.
Hunched over on the ground.
Yeah. Right.
You're all aiming high.
Where is it?
However, that's a 1. So the basilisk goes to bite. He misses the dwarf and ends up sinking his teeth in the column next to you. He will be stuck in that column for 1 round.
Oh yeah.
And unable to move. So you guys have 2 actions essentially before he goes again. Okay? So
Hopefully our wizard won't be dead.
our wizard is now going to roll his con saving throw.
We got this.
Come on, with a minimal bonus.
Hey!
All right.
17.
So that's a positive. We got 1 positive, 1 negative. Now Skarsgård, you are up.
All right. Well, I heard the commotion.
You heard the commotion. Go ahead and
gonna
roll.
try to get in there.
We'll say 14 again as the DC.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that to see if you have disadvantage or straight roll.
That is an 11 flat.
11 flat, but it is wisdom. So do you have 0?
Plus 0.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you will attack with disadvantage.
Okay. So I'm rolling 2d20, hoping one of them works. It's either a 9, that's the high end, or a natural 20. Oh, so it's a 9.
That's the worst.
Minus rat disease.
Minus the 4. Yep.
Then I roll, rat disease roll. 2, so it's 7 plus 7 is 14.
14. 14 does not hit.
No.
I can tell that he was watching it long when I opened my eyes.
You did hear like it sink in and like struggling briefly. So you do hear like kind of a struggle. If you're opening your eyes to look into that, then yeah, I would say he can't look at you. He's stuck facing the wall currently. So you would be able to attack. And that you don't have to do the wisdom save. It would just be a straight roll. Okay, so with an 18, you definitely hit.
Hey!
And you had already done 8, right?
Yes.
Okay,
That's a 20 total to it?
so
Okay.
12 damage, okay. It's hurting. Now, what are you doing now that you have your eyes open? Are you kind of looking around you, or are you focused solely on the basilisk?
Yeah, looking around, just kind of see if there's anything that's.
So
I think I probably.
as you begin to look around, you clock that the person who you have seen as a wizard traveling with you now appears to be one of the statues in the room. With that, give me a wisdom check with advantage. You are positive that all of the stone statues that look in fear are victims of the basilisk. And you realize your wizard partner has fallen victim as well. Give me, so you rolled that. I'll give it to you because you rolled a dirty 20. you do see that some of the areas you were looking for the alcoves, there do appear to be some like potions and like different objects that have been placed in the room as like offerings. So one of those towards the end might help you, maybe. So, okay.
Oh, that'd be great.
So I will give you the chance to get over there and give me an investigation check. And while you're doing that, we're going to go to Skarsgård's turn. Yeah, it's along the walls. There's a couple of them, but most of them have different things kind of scattered about. I would say the one in the top left corner from the entrance that you guys came in is probably the easiest to get to. But the basilisk can't attack anyway, so you can't take an attack of opportunity. So you can move around and just, you know.
I'm probably not going to open my eyes because I don't know if I quite realize where it's looking.
Okay,
right?
so roll the wisdom check. He is stuck, so it is making a lot of noise.
That's a 13.
So, nope, I'm going to drop it to a 12, so you have just a straight attack because he's making a lot of noise.
Okay.
He's stuck trying to free himself.
Great attack, let's go. Okay, minus rat disease.
Yep,
That's 11 plus 7 is 18.
you hit.
Yeah.
You hit.
Because I'm proficient weapon focus spells. And I mean, all right, so I'm hitting him with the fungus sword.
Okay, with the fungus sword.
One-handed because I'm keeping the shield up. 6 plus 5 is 11.
Okay.
And the fungal spores.
So as you finish this attack on the basilisk, everybody go ahead and make a, well, other than the wizard, unfortunately, make a perception check.
That's 8.
And go ahead and make a con saving throw. 17. So you heard, and you're starting to piece it together. As the high priest had left the room, he was screaming something, and you heard as it trailed off, it was deal with them and bring them to our deity below. And as that trails off, and you guys finish this, you can hear what sounds like moving stone, and you hear the as it almost sounds like it was moving and stopped. Whether it's closed or open, you're not sure, but the sound is coming from the chamber that he ran in. Make an investigation check for me over there when you were looking in the alcove.
Ooh.
Yes. Okay, roll a d4 for me. You find 4 different potions in that area that are all different colors. One is, or well, 2 of them are like a scarlet red. You're pretty sure those are, as a healer, you know what they are. There is one that is like a purpley color, and another that is a green color. Okay, you have both of those. What did you roll for the last one?
13.
13? Okay, so that's a positive. So you're able to collect those. The basilisk is now dead.
Yeah.
It has fallen. So let's get the good poof.
Yeah.
He's gone. And as you guys begin to look around, you realize the cultists and everything that was there when you entered the room is now dead. The only thing missing is that high priest. Go ahead and make one more con saving throw for us before they get a chance to pick a potion. And go ahead, let's do a nature or medicine check, whichever one you have a higher proficiency on, for what the potions are. Did you roll a 9?
Yeah, I just rolled a 9.
You don't have any bonuses to con them?
It's actually 11 total.
11 total? Then that counts, because you do get your bonus. So.
Yeah.
17 total? Okay, looking at them, you're pretty sure that the purple substance appears to be similar to the jelly that you fought. Like maybe somebody bottled the jelly, but you're pretty sure that based on your reading and your studying, the green liquid is actually a potion to relieve petrification.
Oh, well, you got 1 second to do it.
Yeah. Just toss it on me.
Do you just apply it like Ben Gay?
So you just kind of dump it on the actual individual because they can't drink it. So
Yeah.
You just crack it on my head. It's not like it would make a difference if I'm petrifying.
Just like a little bit of glass shard.
so suddenly, our wizard,
Back amongst the living.
you're looking around and now you see all of the acolytes and the basilisk lay dead.
I think at this point I opened my eyes. Like, good to see that you finally ran back in the room. I don't know if you know, we were fighting for our lives in there.
Yeah, I didn't, I guess, I suppose. Fine. Take its head.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Take
taking
its
its
head.
head. I definitely got to take this thing's head.
I'm at it now.
The little basilisk. But we all heard, or the stone.
You two heard the commotion from the priest chambers and the stone moving. Our wizard did not.
So I'm just looking around now, fresh.
You
So
may not be out of danger yet, my friend.
why not? We also have a tunnel we never checked anyway back there.
Well, time to leave the dungeon. I need to go see someone about this cough.
I would say actually make a con saving throw. You
Okay,
guys, this was a long fight,
Did
so I would
get
say
over rat sickness by killing the basilisk?
just over a 12.
I get my con. It is exactly. Oh, it's a 13.
It's a 13. You're good. You no longer suffer from the filth
Phil Fever.
fever.
I'm just now coughing with a little bit of dust in my chest.
Oh my god, it's contagious.
I know the cure. Kill a basilisk. It works perfectly well.
It works every
It
time.
works every time.
So, what would you guys like to do now, as we begin to kind of wind down?
I keep getting stabbed and bitten. I've been bitten by everything in this dungeon.
Is there also another tunnel in the far back of the...
There is a tunnel that goes into the
helps.
far back.
That does a lot.
It does.
17.
Are you looking into that one?
I'm about to move away just to look down that hall.
Okay, as you look down, you see that tunnel drops really steep, and about 15, 20 feet from where you're standing at the base of it is a hole that leads down. It's almost like into a pit. You can't see anything, but you do know if you stepped further down it, it would be rocky terrain. You would have to make some checks and
Yeah, no,
wander down.
don't make me checks for the moment.
Super adverse the basilisk, so
We do have some potential danger. Yeah.
So yes, which one would you like? So you know.
I forget if I
You don't know.
witnessed-
Sorry. You two know that the priest entered the opposite of the altar.
Yeah.
That's the room that he ran into.
All right.
Actually, no, you know that. You know he ran into that room. No, you watched him run into that room, and then you attacked the basilisk, and then he turned you to stone. So you know that's the room that he went to. There are two rooms that they do have like curtains over them.
Okay.
They are tattered. You can kind of move to see through them. But what would you like to do?
I'll approach the
Which
curtain.
room?
I'm not trying.
Okay, you're trying to go in that room? Here, let me.
I didn't mean to do that.
Boop. You can now see that way. And were you entering the other one in the bottom?
I'll be going with them.
You're going to go with them?
Not
Okay.
gonna separate
So
too much.
you guys know that the priest went into that room. As you go in there, you do see a bed, you see a chest, but you don't see any other way that he went. It's like he just disappeared.
I want to enter. I want to check this. I heard the stone, right?
You did hear the stone.
I want to check around this area and see if there's like a loose.
Make an investigation check.
Yes, please. I'm not. That's super helpful, yeah. And I'm not getting rat disease, so this
You're not.
D4 is a good D4.
Well, but it's intelligence, so.
Okay, I'm a -1. So
Yeah, where did he go?
I was like, where'd he go? I got a 7.
A 7. So, as you look around, you can't find a seam in the wall. And you see as Skarsgård just continues around the room, just feeling the wall all the way around until he gets to the curtain on the other side.
So I guess I will do my own investigation check.
Okay, yep, absolutely. And you do have a D4. You got guidance.
Oh, well, that didn't matter. I'll still roll the D4.
We'll never solve this mystery.
You guys,
I got a 2 total.
you got a 2 total. All right. So your wizard walks in and he's like, he just disappeared.
Magic.
There's
That's
no
the
way
answer.
in or out of this room.
Teleportation.
He might just be in this room still invisible at this point.
Okay, now the dwarf.
So now all 3 of you are cramped in this tiny room looking around.
The mystery of the missing cultist.
So, the dwarf, you don't find the switch immediately, but you do notice there's a breeze. And as you see kind of some of the moss on the brick kind of fluttering in the wind, which your wizard and your fighter missed and kept going around, you look, and as you kind of start to look at the doorway and where you see it, you notice one stone off to the side that looks a little loose.
Yes, I must press this stone.
Oh my god.
And as you do, an entryway slides open, and you can hear sounds in the darkness. You can hear clicking of claws. You can hear footsteps as if they're descending away from you.
Uh-oh.
And that is where we will end this session.
Hey.
As you guys have defeated the first part of the cult, you are getting ready to enter the second floor of this map. But we're going to show this off and show the full view before we cut out, so you guys can see some of the areas that you missed. Because there were some.
Some. 2 for sure.
We
Oh,
didn't
no.
go through every nook and cranny.
Let me... No, you guys did quite a bit of the map.
Definitely do.
So let me highlight most of it.
I'm not going to watch the big screen.
Boom. So there's the rest of it. So you guys did miss. There's you guys didn't wander down in the first section, but there was actually a gate there that was locked. And on the other side in this area 15, if you guys had passed well, you would have been able to see the tunnel through there. But because you guys all rolled really low, you guys missed it, which kind of worked because we were trying to like speed through it. But there was a hermit in there that had the key.
Oh.
So it would have kind of, you guys would have been able to leave and come back and gone straight through rather than going around the entire thing.
Rather than follow the whole path.
Then you guys missed this area 2 here at the top. I say area 2, I can see them, you guys can't. But as you guys entered the first room, the closed door, if you guys would have gone through it, there was this, these centipedes that were hidden that were gonna drop down on top of you if you touched the door. So there were a couple of cool, and like that's the cool thing about this is like I can hide it like that, and you can't see them, and then as you get there, they just kind of drop out of nowhere.
Oh, that's so
So
cool.
I mean, yeah, it's really cool. I absolutely love Mirrorscape for this. I think it's going to be great. We just got to get the word out, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no,
Seriously.
this is fantastic.
But I've been playing with it for years, so I love it. How do you guys feel about it?
It was great.
Honestly, fantastic. Just more assets and more time.
Yeah.
This is an amazing program.
It took me a little bit of time to get used to it, but once I knew what was going on, like it was like second nature.
I feel as though this was like once I read it, it was so easy. There's still so many things like D20 that it's just really has to be used. It's just so simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're adding more functionality and minis to it all the time. So
Just cool to look through your character's eyes, you know?
Yes.
It's so unique.
It's
Yeah.
much more immersive feeling.
and you guys actually have some of the monsters I don't. If you want to go to that first room, you can drop the like fire giant or the frost giant from Reaper. Those are really cool because they actually are dynamic.
Yeah.
So like the fire giant, he actually has flames coming off his shoulders and his head, and you can see it moving. It's really neat. One of the guys that works on this, Eric, he's the one that made where you guys went through and there's that waterfall. He built that to where you could see and it looks like running and rushing water. I mean, it's awesome. I love it so much.
With this guy.
Yep. And so you can see like they like pulse.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I'm gonna look through the eyes of what I just put in.
Oh, yeah, you got the troll. There you go.
Through the eyes of
Yeah, you guys can look at Look at that. Like, it's amazing. I like I said, I absolutely love it. When they asked me to run it, I was like, heck yeah. I'll do it in a heartbeat. Like, I can't wait to show this off. So
That's so
Oh yeah.
So like I can just imagine there's so much fun like really
Spending hours, you know.
these little secrets that
yes.
Yeah.
And I will say, we did learn, you build the map and you group it in sections first. That's how you can hide and show it.
Right.
But we learned, we went through and we had to undo some of the enemies so that they wouldn't show when the room showed because we didn't think about it.
Right.
So we fixed some of the stuff, but it's been a lot of fun. Actually, when they're not grouped together, sometimes, I mean, maybe if you do a door, maybe don't group it, but it's hard to hide and show. But you can actually open and close the doors too.
That's so cool.
I was wondering about that actually.
So, but because it's grouped, I tried to separate it, but I couldn't work it. And I was like, we're just going to keep moving past it. We're not going to get hung up on
Be
this.
its own like individual file that you just
Yeah, and
turn
that's-
off one door and turn the other for the open and close.
And that's all the feedback that they want, that they like to get, and then they're able to keep moving and moving. So,
Well, since Mirrorscape is listening, also another feedback, especially for iPad and mobile, having just dice rolling icons on the side rather than having to drag the dice onto the screen.
that would be cool. Yeah,
That would make it
I like
much
that
faster
idea.
for checks and rolls.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's and for like guidance too. Like you can't roll a d20 and d4 at the same time. And so, like you weren't able. I wasn't able to do it. So being able to do that sort of thing, I think. But other than that, like little nitpicks, I thought it was great.
They let you know the dice are being redone completely. So,
Awesome.
Nice.
It's still amazing. Don't worry. It's so
I had
other than that, though,
absolutely had a great time.
I had a blast.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing. You guys were
Absolutely.
awesome players.
Thanks for having us.
It was great. So, thank you for letting us show you guys this and
I will
participating.
be very interested to see where this goes.
So yeah, so Mirrorscape. That's the app you want to download and look at. The cool thing too is you guys, these are their iPads obviously, but if you got your own account, it's a free account. Only the DM has to own the stuff. So I own all these pieces. So when we built the maps, they built it and showed me it. Now I'm able to share it with you. You don't have to own it. I have to own it. Whoever owns the room. So really cool, really awesome. And it makes it to where it's affordable for everybody rather than everybody has to have the same thing to use it, right?
Especially
So-
if you have a home group and you all want to invest together, you invest in that one account where it's not really one DM at that point. You just have a group name account.
So, but thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. Really appreciate it. We'll see you guys later.
Excellent game. Thanks for running.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks Reaper and thanks Mirrorscape. We'll see you guys on the other side.